Lydia Arden was the kind of woman everyone admired and feared at once. She built Arden Tech from a single-room startup into a billion-dollar empire before her 35th birthday. Every decision was measured, every plan precise. But when it came to her 10-year-old daughter, Ella, precision didn't seem to work. Ella was quiet, withdrawn, and struggled in school. Tutors came and went, each one leaving with frustration hidden behind polite smiles. "She's bright," they would say, "but distracted." Lydia blamed herself. Her schedule left little time for bedtime stories or homework help. Every evening, she'd come home late, finding Ella asleep on the couch with her notebooks spread around her like fallen petals. One Tuesday evening, everything changed. Lydia came home early for the first time in months. The house was unusually quiet until she heard soft laughter coming from the study. She peeked through the door, expecting to find Ella watching cartoons. Instead, she saw her daughter bent over a notebook, solving complex equations. And sitting beside her was the janitor from her office building, Mr. Samuel Lewis. He looked up, startled, as Lydia froze in the doorway. "Mrs. Arden," he said quietly, setting down the pencil. "I didn't mean to intrude. Ella asked me to help her with some math." Lydia's tone was cold, confused. What are you doing in my house?" Ella jumped up, eyes wide. "Mom! Don't be mad. Mr. Samuel helps me after school sometimes. He's really good at math." Lydia's mind spun. This man cleaned the office floors at night. How could he possibly be teaching her daughter advanced mathematics? She thanked him stiffly and sent him home, her polite smile barely hiding her anger. But as she tucked Ella into bed that night, she saw the notebook lying opened, pages filled with complex formulas. Not the work of a struggling student, but of a budding prodigy. Lydia couldn't sleep. She searched Samuel's name in the employee database. Nothing stood out, no degrees, no references. Just a janitor, hired 3 years ago. Still, something felt off. The next morning, Lydia stayed late in the lobby, pretending to take a call. She watched Samuel quietly mop the floors, humming softly. Then she noticed something that made her heart tighten. He was sketching formulas in his small pocket notebook, almost unconsciously, as if his mind couldn't stop calculating. Who was this man? That night, curiosity won over pride. Lydia followed Samuel as he left the office, his cleaning cart rattling in the quiet hallway. She saw him take a bus to the old part of the city, walk into a tiny apartment building. When he turned on the light inside, she saw the walls lined with chalkboards, filled with mathematical symbols, diagrams, equations that looked like something straight out of a university textbook. He was no ordinary janitor. The next morning, Lydia called Samuel into her office. Her tone was crisp, professional. "Mr. Lewis, I understand you've been tutoring my daughter." He nodded, eyes calm. "Yes, ma'am. She's very gifted. I just wanted to help." Lydia's voice softened, though suspicion lingered. "You're not a teacher." "Not officially. So tell me, who are you really?" He hesitated. Then, with quiet dignity, he said, "I was a professor. Theoretical mathematics at Hillcrest University. But life doesn't always go as planned." He explained that years ago, his wife had fallen ill. Medical bills piled up. He quit his job to care for her, and when she passed, he never went back. He took the janitor job just to survive, too proud to ask for help, too broken to rebuild. Lydia felt something shift inside her. For years, she'd believed success meant never falling, never slowing down. But this man, who'd lost everything, had more peace in his eyes than she'd ever felt. Over the next few weeks, Lydia began inviting Samuel to teach Ella officially. She'd sit quietly sometimes, watching how he spoke to her daughter, never rushing, never judging, always making math feel like an adventure. Ella's confidence bloomed. Her grades soared. For the first time, Lydia saw her daughter smile like a child again. But one afternoon, the school principal called. Ella had won first place in a national math competition, beating students several years older. Reporters wanted interviews. The company wanted to feature Ella in their education initiative. When Samuel heard the news, he smiled humbly. She did all the work. I just gave her the tools. Lydia's eyes welled up. No, she said softly. You gave her hope. Later that night, Lydia called a board meeting not for business, but to launch a new scholarship program in Samuel's name, the Lewis Initiative for Hidden Talent. It would fund the education of gifted children who lacked opportunity and offer employment to skilled individuals overlooked by society. The room fell silent as Samuel stood beside her, tears glistening in his eyes. He whispered, "You didn't have to do this." She smiled gently. "You didn't have to teach my daughter. But you did."